We all got skills. We have talents and we have passions. But mine happens to be sex. This is the Funsexual podcast with your oversharing swinky best friend, Majesty. And I'm talking sex and all of the ways and all of the things that make sex, well, fun. Hello, friends. You might be wondering why things look a little different today. Well, I decided not to record in the bus today for several reasons. One, it's pretty late in the day, and two, it's cold as fuck outside. And so I said, you know what? We're going to set up inside and we're going to record inside today. I didn't have the energy to get the bus all warmed up and ready to record today. So y'all got me inside. Y'all got me in my house dress. Y'all got me looking a little extra cozy today. I'm looking a little extra cozy today. Excuse me. For several reasons. One of those reasons is because I still have COVID. I'm still taking my COVID precautions. And I just have not really left the house almost at all. I've barely left my room. Honestly, I've been home trying not to get my parents sick. This is really boring. And being in a house is just boring. You know, being in a house is not always boring, but like being in a house and knowing that you can't go out and watching all of your friends go out and experiencing motherfucking FOMO has been really bad for me. I am a social person. I love to go out. I love to hang out with my friends. So watching them being out, one of my friends was just in Mexico on a little vacation. I missed a play party that I really wanted to go to. I missed an entire weekend of things that I really wanted to do. And I'm really upset about that. I don't want to say upset. I was just in the house bored. I was literally watching the clock the night of the play party. And I was like, damn, it's 12 o'clock. They're doing a consent speech. All right, it's 1 o'clock. People fucking by now. And I'm just, and I was just in the bed, like watching the clock and like, damn, I'm missing everything. So, yeah, FOMO was really, really serious. I'm sure at some point, Raisin is going to jump into my lap, which is looking like it's supposed to be right now. So y'all are going to meet my cat, Raisin. That's my baby. I love him so much. If you follow me on Instagram at the Funsexual, you have seen him and you have seen his little antics. So you might actually get to meet Raisin. You might actually really get to meet Raisin on the camera today on the YouTube. What has been going on this week? Home and not being so active and stuff has been, here's Raisin, y'all. I told y'all he was going to come up here eventually. This week at home and, not being able to run the streets and stuff actually has been good for me because I have been sitting down and able to get some planning things done, working on some small stuff that I've wanted to work on, but I didn't really have the discipline to sit at home and do. So I've done that. Had a lot of phone conversations, business related phone conversations that have been really good and really helpful. A lot of stuff. I'm working on a lot of stuff. I'm working on an ambassadorship with a toy company that I love and respect so much. And so you guys are going to hear more about that soon. I have the Funsexual toy collection on their site, toys that I have and use and love and swear by. So I'll be sharing that with y'all pretty soon. Look at Raisin. He's so cute. I love my kitty. He's so cute. What else has been going on? Planning events for 2022. Let me tell y'all something, okay? 2022 is really going to be a good year for the Funsexual because I have so many dope people that I've been meeting over the last year that I've been doing this podcast, and people are seeing my vision. People are seeing my vision for the Funsexual. People are understanding who I am and where I'm coming from as a Just as a kinkster in the kink spaces, people are really understanding where I'm coming from, and that warms my heart, and that makes me feel very comfortable with some of the people that I want to work with. So I'm really, really excited about what 2022 is going to bring forward for me. I don't want to talk too much. I've learned that speaking too much on things before they happen don't work out too well in my favor. So I'm going to keep my mouth shut until some things come into fruition or get a little closer. But I have some really, really cool things that I'm working on for the year if COVID don't fuck my shit up. So there is that. My birthday just passed. My birthday was on Tuesday this week. And I haven't felt very festive. This is holiday time. It's usually my favorite time of year because it's my birthday. I don't celebrate Christmas, but I enjoy Christmas time. And so I'm usually really excited about this time of year. And I just haven't felt it this year. I think COVID and getting COVID, still being, in a pandemic, knowing that I'm trying to move soon and not really knowing what my next moves are, where I'm going to live yet. And I think, there's a combination of things, but it's just been, it hasn't really felt very festive yet this time of year. So for my birthday, my mom kept asking me, like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I really don't want to do anything. And she's like, yeah, okay, all right, so what do you want to eat? And okay, so what kind of cake do you want? Like, she wanted to make sure I did something, but I was like, I just don't really feel it. Like, I got COVID, I can't do shit. I'm just gonna sit in the bed and do nothing. And she's like, okay, well, we're gonna do some things. So I really appreciate my mom, because she made my birthday a thing, and we celebrated it. Not in a huge way, but we definitely celebrated it. So I appreciate that. But I do definitely plan on, because I can now come out of quarantine, I do definitely plan on celebrating my birthday for the rest of the year, pretty much. I got about a week to to celebrate, and I'm going to celebrate for the rest of the year, pretty much. Actually, tomorrow I am leaving for the weekend. Again, I don't celebrate Christmas. So Christmas is usually a day that I don't do anything. I stay home, or I might go to a friend's house that celebrates Christmas and hang out with them. So this year I'm not doing any of that. I rented a cabin. Not a cabin. I rented like a little house. It's kind of like a little tree house in upstate New York. And I had a friend last month tell me, actually, I think it was earlier this month. She was like, you need a weekend of intentional self-love. And I thought about that, and I said, you know what? You are absolutely right. I do need a weekend of intentional self-love. My father passed away last April, not this past April, but the April before that, when COVID first happened, right? And so I have a lot of really difficult feelings surrounding my father, our relationship, and then his death, and things that have occurred since his death. So back in November 17th, actually, was my father's birthday. And so that was the first time I went to go visit his gravesite since he passed. And I didn't realize exactly how emotional that would end up being for me. But it ended up being it just brought up a lot of very complex emotions. Why am I talking about this? I'm supposed to be talking about sex. Whatever. Anyway, that brought up a lot of very complex emotions. And so after that, I was talking to this friend, and she was like, you need a weekend of intentional self-care. And I was like, you're right. I really do need to spend some time loving on myself. And I need to, just kind of get away from the space that I've been in for the last couple months. I just needed some time away. So I rented this treehouse. And me and Raisin are going to go there for the weekend. And, just eat I'm going to cook and eat the foods that I want to eat. I'm going to wear the clothes that I want to wear, whether it's something sexy. I have my bag packed, I have lingerie packed, and then I have sweatpants packed. So anywhere in between I can be. If whatever I want to do, I'm going to do. Whatever I don't want to do, I won't do. I'm going to take baths. I'm going to drink wine. I'm going to take pictures. I'm going to masturbate. I considered doing some vlogging there if I felt like it. I got journaling that I can do. I bought a really nice candle that I'm really excited to burn when I'm there. It's just a facial. I'm going to need to pack my steamer and some face masks. Whatever I want to do. Coloring books, cards, like different playing cards and shit like that. Like whatever I want to do, I'm gonna do there. And so I am actually really excited about this weekend. At one point, I considered inviting a friend of mine to the cabin with me, a guy friend, a partner of mine. I considered inviting him to the cabin with me. And then I had a moment of, girl, this is supposed to be at a weekend of intentional self-care. How can I do self-care when I'm trying to wrap my vagina walls around somebody else? It just it ain't gonna work. So I really had to fight with myself a little bit on going back and forth. Like, do I invite this friend or do I not invite this friend? Because I would love to have some dick there. I would love that for me. And I know that we would be having some pretty nasty sex if he did come. But I opted against it because there was a part of me that felt like if I invited him, right, that would be me basically choosing him over myself. And I think that that's crazy. I think that that is absolutely crazy. Even when I was picking this Airbnb for myself, I was looking at the prices and I was like, ooh, that's too expensive. Ooh, that's too expensive. Ooh, that's too expensive. Looking at these different houses. And then I said, if I was doing something for somebody else, not even if, when I have done this same thing, rented Airbnbs for somebody else for their birthday or for whatever reason, the amount of money wasn't even an option. If I saw something that I knew that they would like and I knew that they would appreciate it, I booked it. And that was the end of that. So why can't I give myself that same love? Why can't I extend myself to myself that same grace? Raisin is biting me right now. And I really sat there and I really questioned it. Why can't I love on myself the way I love on other people? Why can't I, give myself the same love that I give to other people? So that is how I know that it is I am definitely overdue for this weekend of intentional self-love. I'm really excited about this weekend of intentional self-love. I think it's going to be so good for me. I think it's so very necessary. So that's what I have going on. Also, in this time that I have been sitting at home doing a bunch of nothing, I've had a lot of time to think. And what have I been thinking about? Mostly nonsense, but some things that actually matter. So I'm going to pose a few questions to y'all, just give y'all something to chew on, right? So one question that I've been thinking about as I was doing laundry, I separate my lingerie because I wash my lingerie separately, right? It's delicate. And I really was looking at my lingerie like, is lingerie really worth it? Is lingerie really worth it? When I put on lingerie, right, that shit be on for all of 7 minutes on a good day. When I put on lingerie and I'm going prancing around to be cute and stuff like that, yeah, it might stay on a little longer. But in general, like my lingerie just does not be on long. And it just is it really worth it? Like can the same thing happen if I just pull up naked or like with a robe? Let me just pull up in my robe, undo the robe, boom, get to it. Is lingerie actually worth it? Do people really care about the lingerie? Because I mean, in general, when I'm playing with women, I really don't care about the lingerie. If you were naked, Raisin, you are acting crazy right now. You acting crazy. You acting a little bit. You acting a little. Don't smack me. You acting a little. Raisin. Y'all gotta watch this. When I'm playing with women, I don't really generally care about the lingerie. When they're walking around, it's cute, but like once if I'm about to have sex, I don't actually care, personally. So is it worth it? Is it worth it? I put on lingerie for myself, but also at the same time, when I'm packing to go to a little boo thang house and I'm trying to match my lingerie with the right pair of socks with the right, accessories and stuff like that. Like I spend my time putting this stuff together and I just don't think that I need to spend as much time as I do because I just don't think it matters that much. It's not on long enough to actually matter. So that's what I've been thinking about lately. And y'all can tell me that I'm wrong after y'all listen back. Let me know. Am I wrong? Am I right? I don't know. Another thing that I have been questioning lately, just based on a conversation that I had with a partner, Raisin is chewing on my hand, y'all. a conversation that I had with a partner was, and I go through this every so often. That is me questioning my sex drive. I have had really two people of my past turn my sex drive into what I perceived was a negative thing. I had one partner that said basically like having sex with me is exhausting because I don't stop. And, that's why he was just kind of like, that's why, we haven't really played in so long. Cause it's just like, when I know that I'm going to play with you, like I need to like rest up and I need to be prepared to play with you. I can't just, invite you over on a whim. Like this got to be something that I plan for. And that makes me feel a way. If I'm being 100% honest, it's like, damn, like I don't want fucking me to be a job. Like that don't sound good to anybody. So, when he said that, I thought about that. He said that a couple months ago. And then I had another guy, a couple months ago, a very short-lived person, who after he had sex with me, really I had sex with him. After I had sex with him, he had to leave. But he was, hanging around for a little while and just watching me masturbate. Because I was like, I didn't come. I'm not done. And so now I'm going to masturbate. So I grabbed my dildo and I grabbed my Satisfier Pro 2, because it's my favorite toy. And I started masturbating on my bed. And he's sitting there watching me. And first, it was like a smile watching me, like he was turned on watching me. And then it turned into like, bitch. That's what his face did. His face turned into like a, what the hell? And then he plays, no, one man can't satisfy her. She needs more wood for the fire. While I'm masturbating, he plays that song. And I was like, you ignorant piece of shit. That was actually the last time I ever saw that man. But, don't shame women for having high sex drives. Women don't shame men. Maybe they do. I don't know. But either way, don't shame people for having a high sex drive. It really just doesn't feel good. And I had a friend recently kind of make a joke about it. And then we had to have a conversation about it, because it touched a bit of a sensitive part of me. And I was like, first of all, I don't want anybody having sex with me because they feel like they have to, or like they feel like they're like obligated to, or something like that. And if sex with me is too much, then I would rather you just say that, so that I can know that, and not turn it down, but to know that maybe we need to tap another friend into the room or something like that if you can't handle it. Like, I'm joking, but I'm not joking at all. I'm very fucking serious. Like, if you can't handle it, then there are ways to fix that. This is literally why I go to parties. Raisin, stop. This is the very reason that I go to parties, is because one person ain't going quite. I'm too much for some people. I'm too much for a lot of people. A lot of one person, like, and I don't want to exhaust anybody. So I go to play parties, and I can have sex with 3 people, and that might, give me my fix. Who knows? So I've been thinking about that. That came up a little bit almost in a bad way, but this friend, partner, definitely, when we had that conversation, he definitely reassured me that it was not a bad thing. Excuse me, my cat likes to chew on my shit. He reassured me that it was not a bad thing, and that the comment that he made was just like him joking, and it wasn't that serious. So then I felt a lot better about it. He was like, I like it. I like it. He was like, I'm usually too much for women, so the fact that you can keep up with me is a good thing. And I'm like, it's funny that you say that, because the first time we met, I was like, ooh, a man that could keep up with me. This is exciting. It's hard, y'all. Listen, I'm a lot. I am a lot. And this is not a brag. This is a fact. I'm a lot when it comes to sex. You better eat your Wheaties. You better eat your Wheaties. You better drink your water. If you need a rhino pill, if you need some of Tahoe's rock hard gummies, if you need some royal honey, I don't know what substances and supplements y'all are taking now, but if you need that, take that before we're there. Okay, get ready for me. You need to. This is the marathon. This is not the sprint. You are going to be tired. I'm gonna be tired, but we're gonna keep going. We're going to rock it out. All right. That's just how I do. So I've been thinking about that a bit lately, and how I feel about my sex drive. And I hear that it gets worse when I turn 30. Like, I hear that for women in their 30s, it gets worse. I'm 28. I got 2 more years before I get to the worst part of it. What does that look like? That is scary. That's scary. Oh God, that is really, somebody's son better be prepared, because it's gonna be ugly. Another thing that came up for me recently, it came up for the second time recently. Someone asked me about why I do this thing during sex that I didn't know that I do, and I don't know how to stop doing it. I don't really notice when I'm doing it unless somebody says something about it. And that thing is clenching. I clench during sex, and my Kegel muscles are extremely strong. I told y'all about the yoni egg, pulling the yoni egg in and out, and yeah, my Kegel muscles are really strong. So when I clench during sex, it can hurt. And I don't know if it's a mental thing, and I've really been thinking about why I do that. So this week I've been masturbating more times than I usually do. And as I'm masturbating, I was really paying attention to like how hard it was for me to slide the dildo in and out. And like when I was clenching, and when I would clench, like when I would notice that I'm clenching, because it would start getting kind of hard to, I would be like, okay, like, why am I doing this? What am I feeling? What do I need to do to mentally release, like, and let it go? And so I've come up with a handful of reasons. One is that I think I clench because if I make my vagina tighter, it feels fuller, and it just feels better. Like, I don't know why, but it feels better for me when I clench. It's more fullness. I don't know. So I think that might be one reason why, because it literally just feel better. And then I think another reason why, I considered another reason why, and this one sounds crazy, but I feel like it probably is a bit of a mental thing. But this one just sounds a little crazy to me. So I considered the fact that maybe I'm trying to, like, this is gonna sound really, now that I'm not saying it in my head. Now that I'm not saying it in my head, I'm actually saying it here, and I know that people are going to hear it. It sounds crazy. But I considered the fact that maybe it's like a holding on to them kind of thing. I don't like maybe once they enter me, I'm trying to like hold on to them. Listen, it sounds crazy as fuck. I don't know. I really don't know. I feel like it probably, some part of it is a mental thing, because I do the same thing when I try to do, every time that I've tried to do anal. I can take toys, I can take fingers, all that. As soon as it's a dick, my booty be like, nope. And I'll just clench up. And I don't know why. I feel like it's a mental thing. And I try to, be mindful of it. And now I'm trying to be more mindful of it, because now this is the second person that has made note of it being like that. And I want to kind of like, I want to understand why that's happening. And I don't, I want sex to be comfortable for me and for other people. It's comfortable for me, but I want to make sure that it's comfortable for other people as well, because if it's not, then somebody ain't gonna fuck me, and that's not gonna be fun. So I'm gonna do some research on that, and it doesn't hurt me. Like when I'm clenching or sex, when I'm clenching, it doesn't hurt me. It feels good, but it's just I don't want to be hurting my peoples. I don't want to be squeezing their dicks for life, squeezing it for dear life. Funny story. This week, again, was my birthday, and the night of my birthday, I found myself extremely horny. I found myself extremely horny. So what do you do when you're horny? You masturbate, and it's like, oh my God, it was 2-3 o'clock in the morning. And so I am masturbating, and I'm thinking that this is going to be like a quick, little session, and then I would be done, and then I would go to bed because I was already tired. Well, this was not one of those sessions at all. I don't always masturbate with the intention of coming. But this night, I was masturbating with the intention of coming. It was about 10 minutes in. And I realized I was not going to be able to come. It was just like it was there. It was there and it was strong, but I just couldn't get over the hill. And I tried. I went to some Twitter porn. I, tapped into my memory bank to some different memories and events that I usually go to. I tried stopping and coming back to it, stopping for a few minutes and coming back to it. I drank some water to like rehydrate. I grabbed some lube. I grabbed some more lube. I was like, maybe if I just lube the fuck out of my pussy, then something will happen. Nothing. And I was horny and it was there. It was like right there. And I was like, I am not going to be able to come. And I got extremely frustrated. I had to like get out my bed, go downstairs, grab a snack and come back upstairs. And it was to the point where like my clit was hurting. Like it felt like there was so much pressure in my clit. It was a very weird, angry sensation. I was like, I'm gonna get this fucking nut. So it's bad. At one point I just put on Insecure and ended up watching Insecure while I was masturbating. I was literally just like, while I was masturbating, just watching TV, like, because I figured eventually something would happen. It didn't happen while I was watching Insecure, unfortunately. The sexy men of Insecure didn't quite do it for me. When Insecure ended up going off, I was masturbating for probably like an hour and a half, like literally an hour and a half. Eventually I don't know. Nothing, it wasn't a memory or anything, but eventually I was finally able to come in. When I came, it was like, I'm glad I had a puppy pad, because it was just like, it wasn't a squirting, but it was just like a squirting and a very intense orgasm. But it was hard to get there, and it was frustrating to get to that point. That was really interesting. It was really frustrating, and I don't wish that shit on anybody, because that was not enjoyable. I felt like I was masturbating out of obligation at that point, and it was not enjoyable. It really was not enjoyable. Okay, so for this week's Let Me Put Y'all On, I want to put you guys on to a website that I have utilized, probably 60 times over the last year and a half. I've utilized this website at least 60 times, okay? And so when I was thinking about what I wanted to put y'all on to, I like to put y'all on to things that I actually use and care about, and things that I find helpful. So this week's Let Me Put Y'all On is going to be a website, and that website is sexpositions.club. First of all, why have I utilized this site so much? I utilized this site a lot because at one point last year I was hosting a weekly game night, and it was a part of a game that I used to play. But this site has over 245 different sex positions. 245. Okay. A lot of us get stuck in about 6-7 of them things. There's a lot out here. And what I really like about this website is that you can pick, like, I like the categories that it has. So you can pick like man on top, woman on top. You can pick standing, face to face, sideways, crisscross, 69 positions, blowjob, anal sex, cunnilingus. You can pick a whole bunch of different spooning positions. You can pick a lot of different options to find a bunch of different positions. Then they have like the different types of stimulation. So you might want clitoral stimulation, G-spot stimulation, A-spot stimulation. P-spot stimulation. You can pick the different penetrations. You can have deep penetration, without penetration, shallow penetration. You can add, if you want anal play in there, if you want to be able to do some breast kissing in there, if you want to be able to do some tight hugging, holding her, hand clitoris stimulation. There are so many different categories to help you pick what positions you might, be into. Excuse me. Then they also have location. So armchair, bed, chair, fitness ball, sofa, table, standing. They have activity. Is the man more active? If the woman more active, we're talking very heteronormatively. But again, they have those options. Then they have the complexity, easy, medium, and hard. This website, you just have to check it out. You just gotta check it out. And I swear by this website because it's, you find things that you didn't even know, and then once you click it, they have an illustration. I can't show it obviously, but they have an illustration of the position, and then they have tips and information about it. So it's a really helpful site if you want to switch things up, if you want to just know the name of a position. Most recently I used it because I was like, I wonder what the name of that position was. I really like this position and I literally don't know the name of it. So I found it on here amongst the 240 something, 240 something different sex positions. And I found the name of it. So it's fun. It's helpful. Use it to try something different. You can literally just go in here, click a random sex position. I love experimenting and trying different shit. So somebody coming to me, or, me going to somebody, it would be nice if somebody came to me and said it, but was like, hey, I saw this position on this website. This shit look fire. Let's get this a try. I'd be like, baby, you ain't saying nothing but a word. Let's get it. It don't take much for me. But yeah, I would definitely give this site a browse and see, if you can find something interesting there. So that concludes this week's Let Me Put You On. Now, this week, like I did last week, I am going to give you guys 2 songs. I added two songs to the playlist. And what's the playlist? The playlist is songs to play to. If you look up the Funsexual podcast playlist, you will find on Spotify, you will find a playlist. Every week I give you some songs to add to the playlist. So this week we added The Party and the After Party by The Weeknd. Of course, there was going to be some Weeknd on this playlist, y'all. And I also added Honey Wheat by Van Jess. So go check out the playlist, subscribe to the playlist, go listen to the songs that are on there. By the end of something, give it another month or 2. This shit is going to be a nice little sex session on that motherfucker. So check out the playlist. And before I conclude this week's episode, we're going to go out with an affirmation. And this affirmation this week is something that I need to be speaking a little bit more on, and I'm realizing it now. And that is, I'm allowed to rest when I need rest. I am allowed to rest when I need rest. I am so quick to put sleep to the side when I'm busy. The first thing that gets put to the side when I'm busy is my sleep. The second thing that gets put aside is my responsibilities as far as doing laundry or cleaning this or going to get my car maintenance. Those are the next things that get to put aside. And then the third thing that gets put aside, honestly, is literally eating. I'll just not eat to not take the time to have to go to the grocery store and cook and clean. I'll just not eat. It's not good. It's not good. I need to be taking better care of myself and better care of my body. But I need to really needs to start with me getting adequate sleep and understanding that I am allowed to rest when I need rest. When I need a nap, I need to take a nap. So I'm allowed to rest when I need rest. That is my affirmation. I am allowed to rest when I need rest. When my body needs rest, I am allowed to do that and encouraged to do that. When my mind needs rest, I am allowed to do that and I am encouraged to do that. And that is what this weekend of intentional self-care is going to be, a weekend of rest. And I am really excited about that. So Happy holidays to everybody. If you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. If you don't, happy holidays. Happy Kwanzaa. I love y'all. I'm sorry I ain't got whole stories to tell this week, but I ain't been doing whole shit this week. I don't even think I put my pussy on camera this week. So like I really haven't been doing anything. COVID got me being a domestic ass bitch, and that shit is whack. That's fucked up. But I ain't been doing shit this week, so I ain't got no hotels to tell this week, but I will have some content for y'all next week because I'm trying to get back into my hold up next week, and I'm really excited about it. But happy holidays. I'm really excited to be coming into this new year. We have one more episode before the new year, so I will see you guys next week. But until then, follow me on Instagram if you don't already. Follow me on Twitter if you don't already. Follow me on the YouTube if you don't already. And if you do, thank you so much. I'm also going to ask that you like, comment, rate, subscribe, and do all the things because we need more exposure. Boom. Thank you so much. I love y'all. Peace out.